Hi there. In a world where nothing is certain, that means anything is possible, right? If you want to fulfill your dreams and desires, you are in the right place. You absolutely can have a life of happiness. Everyone deserves an abundance of love, laughter, success, health, and wealth. I'm Tara Chadzakis, and you're listening to the Happy, Inspired, Motivated podcast. The show that brings you meditation, mindset, and motivation. So start by giving yourself permission to be awesome. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Hi, and welcome to this episode of Happy, Inspired, Motivated. Today, I am so excited. It's Friday, the 1st of October. Oh my God. And my coaching program has officially opened. Yay! It opened on Wednesday for the winter. And I have my first call this morning with my first client of the new season. And I am so excited. I could just burst. If you're really interested in learning more, please do get in touch, because I am here to help you learn more about the law of attraction, how you can have it help you use it well, and just create a real snowball effect of manifesting some serious stuff in your life. Because knowledge, my guys, is absolute power. And without it, you're just going to keep wandering through life. So take the chance, learn more about it, see exactly what the law of attraction is all about, and how you've been using it all your life, and how it can help you once you tap into it and really make the most of it. Oh my God, I am so excited about this winter. So let's get back to the show. First of all, we are going to be talking today to a lady called Jenny, and Jenny lives in Singapore. So when we did the interview, bless her, it was quite late at night for her, and I hadn't actually realized, I hadn't even thought about the time difference. So she had quite a late evening talking to me, but she was so amazing. I absolutely loved her. And in this interview, Jenny talks about her life as a lawyer, her life as a coach, and also how her life in Christianity has shaped her to become the coach she is. And she truly believes that it's through her Christianity and her calling from God that she became a coach. So it's really fascinating to understand why people start to do the things that they do, and what drives them and what motivates them to move forward. And she has exactly the same philosophy as me. Just to make an impact in one person at a time is our absolute goal. And the impact we make on that one person can easily have a ripple effect and change the lives of 10, 20 other people who come into contact with that one person. So it's really, really powerful stuff. And that is the benefit of coaching. It's one of the things that people don't think about, but when you're in a different space, when you're happier, when you're more in love with life, if you create a life, if you live your life right now, then you're going to have a life that you love. And when you're in that space and you're in that energy, then it ripples out into everybody that you come into contact with, everyone you speak to, your friends, your family, your loved ones, your colleagues, everybody that comes into contact with you benefits from your coaching, because you just have a completely different outlook on life. And your energy level is completely different, and that's contagious. And we want that spreading around the world. And, that is one of the most phenomenal things, to know that all these people who are in coaching, they have this effect on other people, and they're changing the vibration of the world to a happier place. If everybody in the world had a coach, life would be so different. And every single coach that I know, they have coaches. I have a coach. We all have coaches, because we know the power of having that extra person to give you some wisdom, some insights, to keep pushing you, to hold you accountable. And, on the days where you're thinking, oh my God, this is rubbish, it's all going wrong, for them to show you as an outsider's view that, your life, look at your life, look at what you've got, and really appreciate it. And remind yourself just how absolutely phenomenal you are. So that is one of the reasons I love coaching. It's just such a phenomenal impact on people, not just the person that's being coached, but everybody around the world. And we want to raise the vibration of the planet and make it a much happier place to live in. So without further ado, I want to introduce you to Jenny. She's a certified coach, as I said, and she's also a lawyer. She runs the two at the same time. And just learn a little bit more about Jenny and her amazing journey. So hope you enjoy the show. Hi, Jenny, and welcome to the show. How are you doing today?
Hi, Tara. I'm good. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. And you're in Singapore, so you've just told me it's really, really late there. I'm sorry I didn't
No,
realize.
it's not really late, but yeah, for someone my age, probably yeah, it's late.
Someone my age. Oh my goodness. Makes it sound like you're a pensioner. You look very young. I don't know how old you are, but you look perfectly young to me.
Yeah, thank you. No, I'm 48, but I have three kids who remind me of my age every day. You know, kids, they keep you honest. They keep you
They
true to
do.
yourself. Yes.
Oh my goodness. How old are your children?
I've got age range. I've got a 16-year-old boy, two girls, 11 and 9. Yeah.
Oh, so they're still quite young then, bless them.
Yes.
Mm.
But very honest and very truthful. So,
So you're running your coaching business and being a full-time mom at the same time, which is quite a lot of work, isn't it?
oh yeah, and I still, well, my first career is in law, and I still do legal consulting work. So yeah, you
Okay.
could say I have more than one job.
Yeah, my goodness. So yeah, tell me a bit about that. So you started out studying law and I think you studied in the UK, is that right?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I studied in the UK. I'm actually a Malaysian, so after I studied in the UK, got called to the bar, and then back then I couldn't find a job to stay on in the UK, so I moved back to Malaysia and I practiced law as a litigation lawyer in
Yeah.
Malaysia, and that was about 7 years of my career there.
Yeah.
That's another side story here. I met my husband, and then he is in Singapore. So that's
Mhm.
why I relocated to Singapore and carried on working still in the legal arena. So to me, being a lawyer is an intellectual thing. It
Yes.
stimulates my brain. It excites that part of the left brain. Yes, the left brain,
Yeah.
with all the facts and problem solving and solution strategizing. Coaching is more of a heart matter. It's what I believe, because I'm a Christian. It's what I believe God has called me into in this phase
Okay.
of my life, to touch people's lives, to impact them in a positive way. So you've got the heart working and you've got the head working as well.
Nice. Just is law, I know it sounds a crazy question, but is the law in Singapore and Malaysia the same as the UK law? Or did it have to be different when you went back?
They're all Commonwealth. So they're all Commonwealth jurisdictions. In
Okay.
Malaysia, the difference is the language actually. So I litigated in Bahasa, which is the local language in
Okay.
Malaysia. So I was thinking in English and had to articulate it
I
in
can
another language,
imagine.
which was fine because I learned that language when I was a child there. Yeah, but it's just that I was trained in English in the UK. So going
Yeah.
back, but the foundation of the law is all Commonwealth jurisdiction, so
Okay.
it's quite similar, and then
So
we rely on UK English case law as precedence for some
okay.
matters.
So that was easy for you then, because otherwise it's easily transferable. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yeah, the
Perfect.
skills is, and the legal skills is actually transferable in any area of law.
Yeah.
Is how we were trained to do research and to problem solve and to really think through things. I'm grateful for that skill because it's also in a way has helped me with coaching, because
Yeah.
I can see that person's issues from all angles, and
Nice.
just be very objective to see what is really going on and get really curious about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So how long have you been coaching now? You started this a few years ago, didn't you?
I trained in 2019. I started my business last year at the peak of the pandemic.
Ooh,
Yeah,
awesome.
I know. Because I was like, okay, if I don't get it started, I'm going to use everything as an excuse, including the
Yeah.
pandemic.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and, and I really felt this desire to go into it. It was almost like I don't want to stop doing it. Yeah. So I
Mm.
started my business last year. So it's now coming to 2 years. Yes.
Yeah, I was reading on your website about how you felt that you there was something missing, that you needed to do something more. I mean, law was really, it fulfilled you, but there was still a part of you that wasn't getting the exposure that it needed, if that makes sense.
Yes, yes. And Tara, I'm an introvert, so it's like I was asking myself, what am I doing here? I've been talking to you. Is it also, stepping out of the comfort zone? But the desire is so strong for me to reach out to people and tell them that, you can get to a better place and you have it within yourself to get to a better place. Because a lot of times we think that, oh, if only I was in her shoes, then I would be doing what she's doing. There's a lot
Yeah.
of comparison. But if you reflect, you can do it.
Mm.
At times it's just our own beliefs, our own limiting beliefs that stop us from taking that step.
Yeah. So you mentioned that you're a Christian. Do you think that was part of the calling towards coaching?
Yes, and I ran away from that calling. So basically, I was first exposed to coaching back in 2015. So that was quite some time back before I started training in 2019.
Yeah.
I mean, the rational mind was telling me that, oh, it's nice, it's a hobby. You're actually quite good at it because I'm naturally a good listener, and
Yeah.
I'm empathetic. But I was thinking, okay, no, you can't make a living out of this, and you've got a job, you've got kids. Are you nuts? So I kind of ran away with it, and that's when I wrote on my black book, my website, that something was missing, because as I was running away from it, I felt empty, like something's not quite right,
Yeah.
and I just kept pushing it away until I couldn't run away from it anymore. The feeling
Yeah.
was so strong that this was something I need to do.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I completely understand what you're saying, because I was doing another profession before, but it's just like I need to do this. I need to reach people and get the word out and make an impact in people's lives, because if I don't, then they could be living that life forever, and it's really sad.
Yes. So it's when you focus outwards, like who's that one person you can talk to
Yeah.
make their lives a bit better. But when
Yeah.
you focus inwards, Tara, and I'm sure you've experienced this, the
Yeah.
fear comes in. The fear of the unknown, and then the
Yeah.
hesitation, and then the self-doubt. And I'm also what I call a recovering perfectionist. If it's not perfect enough, I feel very uncomfortable. Do I put it out there? I
That's probably
still
the
go
law
through
side
that.
of you, isn't it? That's the lawyer side of you. It has to be completely 100% perfect.
Yeah, but what in life is completely 100% perfect? That's the thing.
Nothing, exactly. And we managed to make do with not being perfect for the rest of the time. So why do we have to be 100% perfect when we're trying to do something that we love?
Yeah,
Mm.
it's because we put high expectations on ourselves, probably
Mm.
from our upbringing or something someone said some time ago, and it's
Yeah.
stuck. So that I believe that's why I want to encourage people, because a lot of times we get a lot of negative feedback and
Mm.
negative comments, and they stick. So I
Yeah.
want people to know that believe in yourself. Everyone is authentic, everyone has some value that they can give out to the world, and don't sort of like, don't put a bowl over your light, and not let your light
Yes.
shine. Yeah.
Yeah. What is it they say in the Bible about putting your light under a bush? Is that right?
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly true, isn't it? So you have a couple of different coaching programs. So tell me, because they're all different, aren't they? Tell me a little bit about your the River program that you offer. So how you work with clients for that.
Yes, that program is more for people who are committed to a longer program, because I take them to discover what their values are, and then from there, their values, identify their strengths, and from there chart how to align their values and strengths with their goals, whether it's career goals or whether it's life goals. So there's a lot more introspection and exploration of yourself first before you go straight and into the goals.
Mm.
Whereas the other two programs, Brook and Stream. Brook is just a taster, because quite a lot of people like, oh, I don't know you, Jenny. What can I do to try? So Brook is just a one-off, and then Stream is a three coaching session for you to work on a specific goal. So usually my clients will opt for the three coaching sessions, and then once they get to know me and they see the results and they want more, because Tara, we all can address superficial matters, or
Mm.
matters that don't really go to the heart of the situation, and you
Yeah.
feel fine for a while, but then the same things you've been facing will come up again, because it's a deeper root cause than solving a career issue.
Yes. I mean, it's all right looking at the symptoms, but you've got to address the cause, haven't you?
Yes,
I mean,
yes, exactly.
yeah. I mean, I know people who have been really unhappy in their jobs and got a new job, but it's been like the the same industry, for example, or the same kind of people, and they've just taken their unhappiness with them. They've got to address the unhappiness that they've got themselves first, haven't they?
Yes. And sometimes I'm not saying it's magic if you change your mindset, but sometimes it just takes that shift in mindset. Then you start looking at things differently, and the place that you thought wasn't great starts to look better. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's got to be something good in there, because you went there originally, for example, didn't you, when you started working? Unless it's like you and I have a complete shift in career, that's a different scenario to just changing
Yeah, I
jobs.
know, but we're shifting into a career, our respective careers, because we feel so led into it, and we have this passion and this
Yeah.
purpose about it. Yeah, it's tough work actually, as you know, running your own
Yeah.
business. It can be very lonely as well.
It can, yeah, it can. But like you say, it's just that one person that you want to impact that keeps you going.
Yes.
Just one more person. If I can impact one more person, and that keeps you going on.
Yes, and that's I believe in the positive ripple effect too. So when I coach someone and they get to a better place, this person can impact the people around
Oh
her.
my God, exactly.
Whether in the family, in the workplace, and it just goes on and on. So it's just like you drop, a little pebble in the middle of a pond, and then there's that ripple effect.
Yeah, I always say that if working with one person, that you can easily impact 20, 30 people around them, because they have a better life and better relationships with the other people that they know, don't they?
Yes. And what an amazing legacy, right? That you're leaving behind. Yeah.
Definitely. So is it mainly women you work with, or do you work with men and women?
I don't exclude men, but naturally, as you can see from my website, when I was first doing it and I showed my husband, he's like, "Oh, it's very feminine, isn't it?" But a lot of people tell me it's very calming and all that. Yes, I do get more female clients, and also, surprise, surprise, from the legal profession and the banking and finance, because I was also working in banks. Simply because I guess my experiences resonate with them. And a lot of the younger female lawyers, when they come to me, they're like, "Jenny, you were here 15 years ago. What would you do in my shoes?" So I'm very careful to explain to them that coaching is not mentoring. Yes, I can be your mentor, but if you're coming to me as your coach, there is a difference there. My life experiences will not necessarily be the answer to your situation. I can share them, I can offer them to you as just simply as, my life experiences, but it's up to you to ultimately find your own way.
Yeah. So do you think that you want to move into coaching and away from the legal profession, or do you enjoy doing both at the same time?
Ultimately, my retirement plan is to, just be a full-time coach. I don't want to lose the legal expertise, because there's still that intellectual desire there. But I definitely want to tone down the legal work, because it is quite draining, and sometimes when the work gets pretty hectic. So yes, to move more towards coaching, but I can see the value in both.
Yeah. Do you tend to find that when the people that come to you, so a lot of them are lawyer, are in legal work or banking, are they usually career related?
It usually starts with that. Usually starts with that. So some of my clients, they will come with work related matters, but when you dig deeper, there was a time when they were young, and they were going into this particular educational field because they wanted to please their parents. So it is quite common here in Asia that we tend to want to please our parents and live up to our parents' expectations. So it goes as far back as that. And then they realize that actually this is not really what I want to do. There was this something missing as well. So again, there's something missing. What do you really want to do as a child? So that's really going much deeper. But of course, it starts with first like, oh, I want to get promoted. Then when you dig deeper, well, what are you hoping for from the promotion? Is it, of course, some of them say it's money, but then a lot of them talk about recognition and validation. So promotion is like an external validation for them. But if you dig deeper, I ask them, how are you validating yourself internally? And that question often catches them by surprise, because they don't do it. They're always seeking for external validation. Then that's why it's still empty, because you are not validating your own accomplishments, your own successes by yourself.
Yeah. So are most of your clients, I guess, over in Singapore and Malaysia then?
They are actually everywhere. I do coach people in the States and in Europe. So it's depending on that's the wonders of internet, right? That's
Yeah,
how we're
that's true.
connecting
Yeah.
over Zoom. And it's a matter of, my presence in social media
Mm.
as well. People connect with me. So no, I don't restrict it to people here. Yes, quite a number of them are here in
Yeah.
Singapore. But I've also coached people in the States, and it works quite nicely. It's like my nighttime, their morning, or vice versa.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It's a little bit. There's a few hours more difference between the UK and the
Yes.
US. So there's a little bit more time. So what about your parents? And you said you went into law to please your parents. How do they feel about your coaching?
No, no, I didn't go into law to,
Oh,
to
okay.
please my
Oh.
parents. I had this desire for justice. That was me
Oh.
very young. I was very black and white then. So I believed in, again, I think now that I'm reflecting on it, it stems from helping people. So when I went into law, I strongly believed in justice, and I still
Mm.
do. But of course, as you're older, you tend to be a bit more cynical. I really wanted to help people, and my dream then was to start my own law practice and do pro bono work. That was
Okay.
then. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in a way, there's still similarities here. I mean, in coaching, I am helping people, get to a better place.
Yeah.
My parents, I've not seen them for 2 years actually, due to the pandemic.
Oh, yeah. I
Yes,
can
yes,
imagine.
and they're not on social media. So I do tell them a bit about the coaching bit, but I don't think at their generation they quite get what coaching is. Yes, so
Mm.
I say that I help people and talk to them through career transitions and all that. Yeah.
Oh, bless them. So yeah, of course, if you started last year, then no, you would have seen them, won't you? So
Yes. Yeah.
that's a shame, but I'm sure that I'm sure they'll understand eventually what you do.
Well, I'm a grown adult right now, so I mean, at the end of the day, they just want me to be happy, and of course, they want the grandkids to be happy. I mean, ultimately, what we want is for the people whom we love to be happy and
Mm.
to be fulfilled.
Do you ever coach your children?
Doesn't work. I have a teenage son, Tara. It doesn't work. The moment I ask the what questions, like what do you think about, what are you feeling about this, he'll tell me that, Mommy, don't throw a coaching question at me. So he's very astute. He's very astute. So it doesn't work with family. I don't know how your experience is. And my girls are younger. What is amazing about them is they coach me. So my
Mm.
youngest will come up with questions that makes me stop and literally like, where did this come from? Like
Yeah.
I said in the beginning, they keep me honest and they keep me
Mm.
true to myself. So a lot of lessons learned from my children. But no, what I do is I do use my coaching skills, like listening without judgment and
Yeah.
being really open, especially when I'm talking to my teenage son, because a lot of things he says I don't agree, and vice versa. So it's like keeping that open mind, right? And
Yeah.
that has helped me to maintain the good
Mm.
relationship and the communication with my son and the kids. Yeah. And of course, my husband, yes, I think he's a bit too practical and too rational.
Bless
So it's
him.
much harder because you see, one of the beauties of being a coach is that you are not in that person's everyday life. So you can
Yes.
still
Yeah.
remain
Yeah.
objective. Whereas when it's family, you are in their lives. And truth be told, we have biases. We have biases. We may not admit it, but
Yeah.
with the family, we have some preconceived idea about, oh, what my son is going to do if I say this, even before I say
Mm.
it or he says it. So it's very difficult to be completely open. I'm not at that stage. I'm not at that level of being a coach yet that I can say, doesn't matter if it's my family member, I can still
Mm.
coach them openly. I'm still a mom. I'm still a wife
Yeah. Yeah. Of
to them.
course. Yeah. I have to admit, my youngest is very good at turning to me and saying things about the universe or things about manifesting, and she makes me stop, and I'm like, oh, she's wiser than I am. She needs to be doing what I'm doing because she's so much more, I don't know, aware. But I think the younger generation they have so much access to information that we didn't have growing up, that they're going to be further along in their journey than we perhaps are, which is so amazing. And I love it. She when she speaks to me, and I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. Okay.
Yeah, that's why, we do need to be humble and walk the talk, right? So
Yeah.
if I am the coach now, and if I'm the mom later, and the coach and the mom are completely two different people,
Yeah.
you get called out at home.
Yeah, you do. I'll say something and she'd be like, but it's not like that, is it? That's not what you teach. And I'm like, no, you're right. And sometimes it just takes them by surprise, because you're human, and you forget things, or something does get you really annoyed, and it shouldn't do. And when you've got kids there that are watching you in your coaching, it's great because they remind you to keep walking the walk, don't they?
Yes, they do. And again, this is the legacy that I want to leave behind for my kids, to pursue what they're passionate about.
Yes.
Even if it's like you try out something, it doesn't work, you can pivot. And I want to leave them, with this reminder.
Yeah, perfect. So Jenny, tell us how my audience can get in touch with you on the big old web if they want to learn out more about your programs.
So we talked about my website, so it's riverlifecoaching.com.
Yeah.
I'm also on social media, LinkedIn, Facebook. You can find me under Jenny Toh, T-O-H, or River Life Coaching. So either or, you'll be able to find me.
Perfect. I'll put some links in the show notes as well, so that people can find you easily. So what,
Sure.
Give me some lasting advice, like words of wisdom that we can leave the audience today. Go on.
Simple ones, actually, which I think is a reminder for myself as well, and I hope for you, Tara. We are both mothers. We both run our own businesses. I'm sure we wear a lot more hats.
Yes.
Do we take care of ourselves? I like to remind people that taking care of yourself is not selfish. So I'm not saying go and check yourself into a spa. Maybe difficult right now in this pandemic.
Why?
What's a spa, right? No, it's just taking that time out, whether it's you're a morning person or you're a night person, to just really spend time with yourself. I love my morning cup of coffee, and when it's quiet and it's me and my coffee, that gets me grounded and centered. So I would really encourage your listeners, whatever you enjoy doing, set aside time each day, if it's just a few minutes to do those things, and you find that it just makes the day better.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Well, I've really enjoyed talking with you, Jenny, and I know it's late at night now, so I hope you have a good rest of your evening over in Singapore.
Thank you, Tara. This has been really fun.
I'll speak to you again. Take care.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you for listening to the Happy, Inspired, Motivated podcast. I'll be back next week bringing more meditation, mindset, and motivation for your happy and successful life. To find out more about our community, go to tarachatzakis.com/happy, inspired, motivated.